back to another episode of Why I Hate This Movie. I'm your host, Derek Rios, and with always my co-host and heterosexual life mate, Danny Newton. Say hi, Danny.
Hello, Derek. How are you?
I'm fine. So today we're going to be talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
3.
Mm-hmm. A blast from the past.
Yep.
1993. Yeah, it's been a minute.
This was not this movie specifically. Ninja Turtles was my first love or passion, I guess. Yeah. It's the first thing I really remember falling in love with and being like, I dressed up as a turtle at Halloween. I had to buy all the Ninja Turtles when the new stuff came out.
Oh, yeah.
And I just loved Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah. I love the Ninja Turtles toys. I would collect all the figures and stuff like that, but, you know, poor kid. I can only get like the
cheap knockoffs?
The off-colored ones.
Oh, no.
I couldn't get those darker green ones that all the, you know, not poor families their kids had.
I was a dark green kid.
Yeah, I figured.
I had the pizza van that shot out little. Dude, this thing was powerful. Did you ever have the pizza van?
Yes.
They shot little pizzas out.
Yes.
Yeah, those are little discs. Those projectiles are dangerous. They were deadly.
But yeah, man, Ninja Turtles toys when I was growing up was the shit. It's where it was at.
Yeah, I had a lot of them. And then my brother tied them all up on a rope, like a string, and then tied it to a tree and just took it to a baseball bat and just, you know, broke all of them. Because, you know, he was a real
nice guy.
Real nice guy.
Real nice guy.
It's a beam of sunshine, that fucking kid.
I did not remember a single thing about this movie until I watched it.
I remembered quite a bit.
I remembered the premise.
Yeah. I was kind of went back and I remember most of it.
Yeah.
But I watched it a lot as a child. Even this one, which I remember, I mean, it's definitely not. It's definitely the worst one.
I never watched this one a lot. I remember that I did watch it, but the first one I watched a lot. Mm-hmm. And I watched the second one a few times.
Yeah.
But I think I may have only watched this like maybe once or twice. This is definitely one of those things where we rented over the weekend and maybe watch it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it since then.
The first one was fantastic.
Yeah.
I love the first one. And it's still the best Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh, yeah.
By far.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was okay. It still had a bunch of flaws.
Yeah. And Super Shreddered himself.
Yeah. And then, you know, it wasn't Bebop and Rocksteady, which was really disappointing.
Yeah.
And then this one was like way off the chains.
This one, watching through it as an adult, so many missed opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So many missed opportunities. It kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a cohesive story.
Yeah.
It was just, I'm not sure if the comics were out first and in the comics they go back in time, but they just like, we're just going to go back and they just do shit.
Yeah. Wouldn't have been much more interesting if I just kept thinking this the entire time I was watching it. Would have been much more interesting if the characters they were swapping places with in time, like when the turtles go back, what if that guy was Shredder's ancestor?
Yeah.
Right? Wouldn't that have been so much cooler?
Yeah.
And
just anything.
Yeah. Something to tie together.
Well, it does show Casey Jones' ancestor apparently because he's just in this movie twice.
Yeah.
And it never says anything about it.
Casey Jones was a very missed opportunity as well.
They brought him back because he wasn't in the second movie. Mm-hmm. So they brought him back, and then they replaced April, which April was the same one from the second one, but you know, they replaced the actress from the first one.
Yes.
But the biggest change, in my opinion, was which I remember not liking as a kid, was the suits.
Oh, these suits look bad.
Oh yeah,
these suits look real bad.
They went. I don't know. They got like real cartoony almost. They're a real brighter green, and these suits. You know who made the suits from the first 2 movies, right?
No.
So
was it like Henson Studios or something? Because these are all puppeteers doing the motion with them.
Yeah, it was John Henson,
Jim Henson.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was Jim Henson, Creature Shop of Horrors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the first 2.
They do good work.
Yeah, and you can tell.
That's what was throwing me off then, because I remember watching the first one. And then I was sitting here watching this one. I'm just like, I don't remember the turtles from the first movie looking like a Chuck E. Cheese horror show.
Mm-hmm.
Just dead-eyed, soulless.
Yeah, the suits were definitely much lower quality, but I think after the second movie, Jim Henson died, so he passed away shortly after, and so that was the last time.
Yeah, it probably would have been about right.
But yeah, Ninja Turtles, that's like my favorite color is purple because Donatello was my favorite Ninja Turtle. And which I didn't find this out until I was actually researching this movie a little bit, that Donatello was the stunt man that played him from the original movie was actually Ernie Reyes Jr.
Really? Wow. Was it just me, or did every one of the Turtles feel like almost the exact same character?
Yeah, there was no distinguishing features. They were just there.
Yeah, they were there. They were all blasting out the same one-liners, even though every one-liner they were blasting out should have been a cringe joke just for Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Right? Because none of the rest of the Turtles acted like this.
I mean, you had a couple of lines for Donatello where it's like, oh, he's a nerd, where he was just making up stuff about the scepter. And then you had a few, like Leonardo really didn't play a leadership role at all.
No, not at all.
Raphael was like, I guess they forgot he's supposed to be the hothead, except for the fact that at the beginning he was like, well, I don't want to do that.
Raphael's supposed to be angry Batman. Yeah. Simple, right? No.
Yeah, but they
totally mess it up.
They gave him some kids to play with, and I guess he's just a good guy.
They totally mess it all up. So the meat and potatoes of the movie is April O'Neil's going to go out of town, and she goes to a flea market to get them like stuff for watching her apartment. And part of the stuff that she gets them is what looks like a torch or a lamp or something.
Well,
but they call it a magic scepter.
It's a magic scepter. From feudal Japan.
And when she's messing with it and dusting it off, she gets herself teleported to the past.
Yep.
Right?
To 1603 Japan.
Right. And then the Turtles have to go back in time to save her.
Yeah, it was real just like, okay, here's what happens. Here's what we have to do. Like, Splinter's barely in this movie, too.
Yeah.
He's just, they didn't even show him. Like, he never even leaves his little box.
Yeah.
But it's just, okay, April's back in the past.
Yeah.
You have to go back in the past and save her now.
Yeah.
Done. That's the whole movie.
Done.
Whole
Lightweight
premise.
story.
Yep.
Perfect. Simple. Kids film. There's the plot.
Yep.
But we go back in the past and it becomes like, oh no, the daimyo of the region is just oppressive for some reason, even though, I mean, they're getting in fights with each other, but it doesn't look like anybody's killing each other. So
yeah,
should be fine.
Well, so the whole story is there's a rebel faction that doesn't agree with the current leader.
Right.
And pretty much because the current leader is trading with the Americans.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't like that.
Yeah. Which that was a big thing back like around that time period where we came over when we were trading and also spreading Christianity.
Yeah.
Through, unlawful means, I guess.
I mean, Japan had a closed door policy, right? Like, I like the set piece. I absolutely love the set piece of being feudal Japan in a time which they're just barely starting to open up to Western trade and matchlock muskets are being introduced.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that time as the set piece for all this. There's so much stuff in here. I literally texted you and asked you, why do all the Japanese people scream in racism? Every scene of this movie, if there's Japanese people on screen, it is just a racist scream.
Well, yeah, they're not the only ones. Of course, all the Americans that are there just say racist stuff.
Yeah,
the whole time. And then when the Turtles get there, they are also extremely racist.
Yeah,
because they're like pretending to speak Japanese, but they don't know Japanese, so they're just like Kawasaki, Suzuki.
Yes, they're green facing their yellow face. Yeah.
It's like isn't this your heritage? Like this, you grew up.
The daimyo. Like I said, everything going on with it should have been Shredder's bloodline.
Yeah.
That they were dealing with.
Or something.
That would have been such a moral quandary, right? Like, do we just stop this in the past? If we take care of the problem now, there's no Shredder in the future.
Well, they never really go into the whole...
That would have been interesting.
Time manipulation thing. It's just literally, oh, we went back and we just got to go get her.
Yeah.
But there was one interesting thing that I want to know more about was there's a scroll that has depiction of these demons, which are the turtles.
Yeah.
Back before this happening.
Yeah. From even further back.
Yeah,
what did he say? His great-grandfather or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. It's his bloodline was pretty much taken down by some turtles.
Yeah.
And there's this pretty much a prophecy, or not really a prophecy, just a scroll of like, oh, these turtles, they're bad news.
These turtles will keep
demons.
foiling your family tree over and over again.
And of course it happens, kind of.
Yeah, in a way. That's why I'm saying it would make more sense if this was Shredder's people. Right?
I mean, maybe it was supposed to be. They just never mentioned it.
They needed to mention it.
Yeah.
Out of all the stupid things said in this, that would have been the one that would have been, oh, that makes sense.
Well, what's Shredder's clan name? The Foot?
Oroku Saki.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what any of the names of the characters in this movie were. The only character that I know, the English bad guy, or are they English or American? Never specifies. I mean, they have American accents, right? They're not British.
Norinaga is their family name.
Norinaga, yeah. Yoshi's probably. Kenshin. Yeah.
Kenshin was the guy's name that got pulled forward in time.
Oh, that's the son? Kenshin?
Yeah.
That's right. Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah. It literally could have just not been those names, and the movie would have been better for it.
Yeah, but then if it was just Shredder's clan's name, then and they didn't say anything about it, it would kind of would have been weird. It would have been neat if it had been, and then there was the whole interaction between him and Master Splinter.
Yeah.
And maybe this starts the feud, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Where even then,
when everybody gets swapped up, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, in order to go back into the past with the scepter has to pull an equal person to the future, right?
Wait.
Yeah. So when the turtles go back, it pulls 4 random Japanese guys into the future with Kenshin that's already in the future, who swapped with April.
Yeah.
And I was just, that's why we bring in Casey Jones. So Casey Jones can babysit these guys.
Yeah, that's it.
That should have been the entire comic relief.
Yeah.
Like they tried to do it a little bit, but I was just, why aren't we just leaning into this?
It was barely in it.
Yeah.
I remember them being more prevalent in the movie back then, because I remember all the scenes with them, and I thought they hung out at the arcade more and stuff, but they were barely in it.
Like, for the life of me, I couldn't understand why we wasn't going full tilt into Casey Jones, just taking these Japanese dudes out into New York and getting them drunk and stuff like that, and just going around, right? Just blow their minds.
He teaches them teaches them hockey.
Yeah.
They watch hockey, and then when they go to play it, they just start fighting, which I kind of thought was funny.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? They are playing hockey, right?
It's just, come on, man. Use the character.
Yeah.
You know? You called him back. Use him. No. It's like
we can't use him because we're more focused on past Casey Jones' character.
Yeah. This movie's frustrating. Oh man,
there's no payoff for his character.
No,
in the past either.
Not at all.
It's they put him in there and he's helping them, right? Or he's in prison, right?
Right.
With April, and then when they come and rescue April, he's like, "Hey, take me with you."
See, that would have been the payoff.
Yeah,
but there was no payoff because he can't go forward in time with them.
Well, so on top of that. Well, I'm not talking about take me with you to the future, because that's what he wants to do later. But even then, he's like, "Hey, break me out of here." But so they break him out. And then leave all the other prisoners, which I'm sure none of them did anything that bad, right?
Right.
So they all get to hang out there, and they take him, but it turns out, he's a spy the whole time, and he sabotages them and steals the scepter and kidnaps April, or not April, but
Kenshin's soon-to-be wife.
Yeah, well, the rebel leader.
Yeah.
Then they immediately, at the end of the movie, I was like, oh, well, he doesn't want to murder them, so it was like, okay, well, then you're not with us, so all right. Kill him.
Yeah.
But then that's it. It's done. He never goes with them. They just like, okay, we don't like you anymore because you're a turncoat.
Yeah. The payoff should have been his relationship with April.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not possible.
No.
This movie is so frustrating. There's so much meat on the bone.
Mm-hmm.
You got the whole thing with Michelangelo forming bonds with the locals.
Yeah.
And he decides, I think I want to stay.
Mm-hmm.
right? You got Raph, who is so frustrated that he lives in a sewer.
Yeah.
And then once he's out here in the world, he's like, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't really want to leave this.
Because he's an animal.
Yeah.
And he also had the bond with him and Yoshi.
Yeah. So we have Raph and Michelangelo going native, essentially. And you have Leonardo that's a non-character, has no opinion on this whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, he just says, you have to go back because you're obligated or something.
Yeah. Just something generic.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. Because these could have been good plot. These could have been good character devices. Mm-hmm. And they're just like, no, stupid one-liners.
I mean, maybe they just cut out a bunch because the movie just did bad. They just pulled badly. So that's usually what happens, right?
They only had to take it partially seriously. Mm-hmm. Right? The Turtles should have took it partially serious, let Michelangelo be their comic relief, but then lean into Casey Jones screwing with these Japanese guys in the present. Right? Too stupid simple. But we couldn't stick that. Instead, we got this, and it was not. I don't like what I watched.
So the rules they set up for swapping places in this time travel.
Yes.
They have to be the same weight, which if you think Kenshin and April are the same weight,
then these are some fat samurais that they pulled through for the Turtles.
Yeah. Which maybe Kenshin's just 5 feet tall. That's why he weighs the same as April.
Maybe.
But these other samurai, the honor guards, definitely do not weigh the same.
No, they should have been fat dudes.
And on top of that, so they come back only in their skibbies.
They're with their weapons.
With their weapons.
Yes.
But I guess that was the only way that they could let them take the Turtles' weapons back with them. But, so, I mean, nothing else comes back. Because they should just be naked.
Yeah.
It's just like Terminator. And if that happens, the Turtles wouldn't have their weapons. And they also wouldn't have their shells, right? Am I not mistaken? Like, a turtle shell is just a casing around them. It's not like it's built onto them. It's part of their body.
No, man. Their shell is their body.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I'm pretty sure you can remove a shell off a turtle and they'd be
No,
alive.
you can't. Their shell is their backbone.
No.
Yes.
It's like a snail.
Are you trolling me? Are you just fucking with me?
No.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
I think, no, they can come out of the shell, right?
Holy shit.
I'm thinking of just crabs. Yeah. So
you're thinking of fucking hermit crabs.
Hermit crabs, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, my brain hurts. I was worried you're actually fucking retarded.
What? You can't say that word, okay?
Okay. I'm going to explain this to you. Their shell is like their skin. It's tactile. If you touch their shell, they actually feel that. The back shell has their backbone embedded in it.
Okay.
It is a part of them.
All right.
They can't take it off like an overcoat. Okay. It's them.
They have enough room to just suck all their body parts in, though?
Some do, some don't.
Okay.
Apparently, the Ninja Turtles are the kind that can.
Did you catch what Donnie said when he was examining the scepter?
No.
Oh, he said something. It made me laugh. I can't remember the whole line, but it was like, oh yeah, this thing, it's got some diodes and then blah blah, and the phalangular.
What's the phalangular?
I don't know.
Did you notice whenever he was doing his computer calculations, the monitors were pointed away from him, and he was staring at the back of CRT monitors?
Yeah, yeah. It's like I don't. It's just they just gave him random lines. It's like, it looks like the phalangular is bad or something.
Oh.
The phalangular.
That droid has a bad motivator.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's time we replace that negative power coupling. It was very poorly written technobabble.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember this being this bad, but I guess I was very young. I didn't suffer through watching this, but I didn't enjoy watching this. Not really.
So after they go back and they swap they go into the middle of the battle.
Yes.
Which that was another thing about this one. A lot of the fight choreography was really shitty.
Yes.
And even especially the sword play. All the sword play was like really bad.
Yes.
And I know there was a lot of like spinning ridiculous kicks and stuff, but I don't remember it being that bad.
It was all especially bad. You know what I found the lack of? Thrown objects.
Mm-hmm.
Like every now and then, like Raph threw a sigh once.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering it right, wasn't they throwing like ninja stars and stuff like that in the first one?
No, I don't remember something like that.
I swear I felt like they were using more thrown weaponry.
Nah. I don't remember anything like that. They the only thing they really throw around is pizzas.
That's true.
Which the only pizzas they throw in this is a burnt frisbee.
That
was the other thing. There's a lot of like, I don't remember there being like the childy like bonk noises whenever they hit people and stuff.
There wasn't.
And yeah, that was in this one. So apparently one of the reasons Casey Jones wasn't in the second movie is they wanted to make it not as violent.
The entire time I was watching this, I was sitting there, I could have swore the first movie was more serious.
Mm-hmm. They wanted to make it less violent for the kids. And that's why they kind of cut JC. They didn't bring back Casey Jones.
Is this the same year Three Ninjas came out?
It was pretty close. Yeah.
That's why.
That's Three Ninjas was a knockoff of Turtles. Okay,
Three Ninjas made so much money.
I don't think it did. Did it?
It had to have.
I can't remember anymore.
I would bet Three Ninjas made a bunch of money, and they were just like, okay, we got to make our movie just stupid.
This one doubled its money. It was $21 million budget, and it made 42. It grossed.
Yeah, but that's not like a blockbuster.
No, but still, it's a success technically.
Actually, you got to do more than double.
Do you?
Yeah. I want to think that nowadays, between filming, editing, and then press release and stuff like that, I think you almost got to triple it before you're actually breaking even.
Yeah, maybe.
This is every bad ninja movie in the 90s. I would promise you, if we went back and watched the first one right now, the first one would have been a serious tone.
Mm-hmm.
It might have had a little bit of comedic element in there, here and there, sprinkled in, but I bet the first one plays out more like, I don't know, a modern superhero movie.
Yeah.
It's serious enough, but still has comedic relief, right? That's what this needed. This needed like early Marvel movie treatment.
They had the comedic relief. Remember when they gave that guy wet willies over and over?
Oh my God. Oh.
What time is it, Danny?
It's wet willy time, Curly.
Exactly.
Oh. Just
Suzuki, Kawasaki,
bro.
Yamaha.
Oh.
I'm fluent in Japanese.
It's pretty offensive, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Adam Sandler offensive, okay? But it's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was a lot of like really bad ADRing in this too.
Oh, dude, none of the words match the puppeteers' movements on their mouth.
No.
At all. I would like to know the script that the puppeteers were going off of, because you know that the puppeteers had a script.
Mm-hmm.
This is the words you have to form. So they did the puppets like that.
And they just ADR'd over most of it anyways.
Well, you know, of course they ADR'd over.
But
they're supposed to.
Yeah.
So that means that whatever the script the puppeteers shot for is not the final script that they ADR'd for.
It's not puppeteers.
Well, it's animatronics.
It's animatronics, yeah.
Yes.
The mouse.
I guess what I'm saying is the suit actors.
I just, from what I understand, like they can barely see out of the stupid things. They weigh 70 pounds.
Yeah. But the mouth movements were made for a script.
Yeah.
But
it's animatronics, so it's just going to move. Like, back then it wasn't,
but it was obviously not this script.
No. I don't know. Maybe it was in Japanese or something.
Maybe this was darker. Maybe this was harder.
I doubt it.
And in the 10th hour, they were just like, no, we got to change all this up.
Yeah.
Three Ninjas made so much money. Make it goofy. Make it goofy.
I don't think Three Ninjas made
Add
that much
boing
money.
effects. Add boing effects. We're going to get a higher rating if you don't add boing effects.
Arnold was in this. Schwarzenegger? Did you catch that line?
Yes,
the
I did.
80-yard, I'll be back. Like, not even Mikey doing the voice, just straight up took the clip from fucking Terminator.
Yeah, that was jarring.
And I like how they just, like, okay, we'll just take this Casey guy with this, the Casey 2 is what I call him. And, like, that guy, he's in prison. He could be a murderer. Like, they don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
He's just, like, they're gonna hang me in here. Like, oh, okay, well, shit. Come on, guy.
What did you like about this movie?
I like the scene where April cuts her skirt short and the turtles are like, swing.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Why? You didn't like that? Did you see those legs?
I mean,
I was like, swing. Can you do that still? If you're walking down a road and see a girl and be like, swing, is that you gonna get canceled?
Holy crap. I think it's so past its prime that nobody will get it. I think you'll be fine.
You think so?
Yeah, I think you'll be just
some
fine.
girls gonna be like, oh, I don't know, you're fucking weirdo, leave me alone. I think in that same scene, Mikey's like, it makes me want to migrate or something because the water. It was Raphael, because he said talking about how clear the water is and so clean because they're not New York City, there's not trash everywhere
because it's not a sewer.
Yeah, and he's like, man, it really makes me want to migrate. Well, Donatello chirps in and is like, yeah, but turtles don't migrate, and it's like, no, wrong. Actually, turtles do migrate.
Yeah, sea turtles do.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of miles to lay eggs.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe not the turtle they are, which I don't know if it ever specifies which turtle, the head closing in turtle.
Yeah. I think the thing I like the most is something we never even saw. When April O'Neil comes in with her bags of just bullshit, she has the hat for Raph, right? And I absolutely love Detective Noir Raphael.
Yeah.
I love those stories.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love those stories.
I never, yeah.
We never got one.
Because he was upset, or so we didn't, he didn't get it.
Yeah.
But it's okay because Mikey had the lampshade hat.
Oh, God. It wasn't Mikey. It was Splinter. Put the lampshade.
That was at the end to cheer Mikey up. But Mikey was wearing it first.
Oh. God, dude.
Who buys someone a lampshade as a gift? Just a shade. And it just... What a hideous lampshade.
And it's the 90s. It's a different time.
You know what? April did wear a yellow trench coat in the first two movies, so...
You know what? I'm surprised she wasn't in her yellow onesie in this.
I mean, maybe because she's not a reporter anymore. I don't fucking know.
Oh, man.
Maybe she got fired. She didn't seem to be very good at her job.
Wait, this April O'Neil was dark-headed. Was the April O'Neil in the first movie blonde?
No, I think she was dark-headed too, but it was a different actress.
No, that's what I'm saying. I knew it was a different actress.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they were both dark-headed.
Okay.
She's like a dirty blonde or something.
All right.
I did the scene where the Raph runs in, or is it Mikey?
Mikey runs in. Yeah.
Runs into the fire to save Yoshi and brings him out, and this whole village is kind of gathered around. While Donatello performs CPR.
That's not the best part of that scene, by the way. The best part of that scene is when he runs out of the burning building with Yoshi. Yoshi's
it's on fire!
On fire!
Yes! I stopped. I was like, wait. The kid's on fire. He's fine. We'll just put out that fire.
So that means that this was real fire.
Yeah. Yeah, they had to run out. They had
the suit guy run in there and run out.
Yeah.
And not get melted.
Yep. Oh, that was miserable. I wonder how many suits they went through. It's like, just run through the fire. You'll be fine.
Man. Surprise, Mikey didn't come out. Just a melted, just mess.
Oh, no.
Oh, put it down.
Yeah. This fucking Yoshi was on fire. And then Donnie gives him mouth to mouth. And while all the villagers around.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this turtle, they would have no idea what he's doing. It's like, this turtle's sucking his soul out.
Yes.
This demon.
Yes.
It's like, no, kill this thing.
Yeah.
And he brings him back from the dead.
Oh, they would be worshiping him like a god.
Well, they kind of start to.
Yeah.
But still, like, it's like, no, that kid's a demon kid now, right? It's like,
how long do you think we've been doing CPR?
Not that long.
Not that long?
No, maybe 100 years, maybe
since like the first World War, maybe.
Yeah, like early 1900s, I'd say. Yeah, 100%. This is
powerful magic.
400 years ago.
Necromancer.
Yeah, for real.
This turtle's a necromancer. They're right. They are demons.
Yeah, it says so on the scroll.
The scroll literally says you're going to be attacked by demons, bro.
Yeah. So that leads you to believe that they have been there before, but they don't remember it. So that means at some point they go further back in the past.
Well, the thing is, you're supposed to believe they go further back in the past, but by the time they come back to the future this time, the scepter is screwed.
Well, it melted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why they chose to do that, but I guess just so they didn't have to make another movie where they go back.
It closes the loop.
Yeah, it closes the loop.
Yeah.
I mean, they could always just find a new scepter.
Yeah.
Or do you think it has to be the same scepter from the past to the future?
You would think so.
There's probably more than one scepter. The other thing about the scepter is they find it, was it Kenshin, right? He finds it when he's upset and destroying all the stuff and in the little training room, right?
Right.
And he destroys this statue and it happens to be in there. And then the grandpa's like, oh, that's our sacred family heirloom that you found.
Yeah.
And first of all, it was looked like it was hidden in a statue and he didn't even know where it was there. And then turn around, they'd carry it into battle.
Yeah.
They carry this for good luck.
Yeah. He calls it, this is our secret weapon, right?
Yeah, our secret weapon. It's our good luck charm. But, they just watched his son disappear into the past and this chick reappeared in his place holding the scepter.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what part of this is good luck and why they would carry it into battle. It doesn't make any sense.
Man, this movie is such a conglomeration of bad movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's Three Ninjas. It's a kid in King Arthur's court. It's so much bad stuff.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And even then, they sent these honor guards to the future. That way they would have this tension with Kenshin because, they're sworn enemies or whatever. He hates them because they serve his father.
Yeah, but they also serve him too.
Yeah, but they kind of gets into it, and then Splinter says hey man, they're wandering, they're lost.
They're lost warriors just
too.
like you were.
And it's okay, well, cool. That's into that.
Yeah. Like I said, they should have been hanging out with Casey Jones. I don't know how, but the whole plot with them and Casey Jones needed to be like a romp through New York.
Yeah, I'd watch a movie just on that.
Yeah. He's such a wasted, thrown away character. That's all this movie is. It's just wasted, thrown away characters.
Mm-hmm. And the bad guy in this movie, which I guess technically the bad guy is the American, right?
Yeah.
Fake ass Kevin Costner looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anything else, but he kind of looks like when he's on that horse riding around, they look like Kevin Costner.
I can't remember. I think it was Michelangelo.
Mm-hmm.
Called him Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. It's no, it's Kevin Costner. He does not look like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. I would say he looks more like Kevin Costner.
He's just generically bad for no reason. Besides, it's he wanted.
Well, it's obviously a ship full of pirates.
Yeah.
So pirates are bad guys.
The beach scene had me confused, where they're just on the beach testing. He's like, I was going to test out the cannon
to make sure it's still a cannon.
Yeah, and he just blows up. Just random targets.
Yeah. It's so that cannons are powerful.
Do you know how much effort it would have took to wheel that cannon off the boat onto a beach?
That's heavy.
Yeah, and it's sand.
That's a heavy chunk of iron.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I guess they wheeled it to the base anyways.
Yeah.
But still.
It'd be like lifting a car motor barehanded.
You would need
heavier
than that.
You would need 6 or 8 people.
No,
I've pick it up and put it on a wagon.
I have seen.
I bet it's easily 1,000 pounds.
The cannon, yes, you would need at least 4 people. I've seen single men pick a car engine up out of a vehicle, and
those are freaks of nature.
No, honestly, it was like a 4-cylinder engine doesn't weigh that. It'd be like 350.
I've seen the same videos.
So.
I've seen the same videos, and you're right. The guy that just picks that fucking car motor up. Puts it on his head and walks off with it, he can do whatever he wants. I'm not telling that guy he's fired.
They don't. The cannon weighs much more.
But I'm talking like a big block. I'm talking like a V8.
Okay. Yeah.
That cannon definitely weighs more. That cannon's probably easily 1,000 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On crappy wheels.
Because it would have to be on a ship. It would have to be that much. Because just the sheer weight of the cannon absorbs a lot of the recoil.
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine trying to drag that across a beach because you would have to lift it up.
No,
the wheels would get stuck. They're not going to roll.
You wouldn't drag it. You would just put it on a wagon and take it out and set it down.
Even then, getting a wagon through a beach would be challenging too.
Yeah.
But either way, it was just sitting there.
Yeah.
I like to own a cannon.
You can. It's America.
Yeah, America.
You can own cannons. You can own a tank. You go buy a tank?
Sure. I'm waiting for one to come to the auction. I'm surprised I haven't seen a cannon yet.
Oh,
I saw landmines. The final fight scene.
Yes.
How did you feel about that?
The sword play is bad.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, when I think of Japanese swords, I don't think of this kind of fighting where you lock blades with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I think of Western sword fighting like that, right?
Yeah.
When I think of Asian martial arts style inspired sword fighting, I think of acrobatics. I think of a lot of Muay Thai, karate, jiu-jitsu moves and stuff like that. I think of a lot of swings and miss. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah.
Sheer acrobatics and dexterity gets you out of the way of their blade.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to lock blades with your ancestral sword that was so expensive. That's why you pass it down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, you don't want to fuck your blade up.
Right.
Yeah, that's expensive.
With that style of sword play, you're either killing with the first cut or it's a lot of martial arts back and forth with swordplay involved in it. I didn't like the locking blades.
So, on top of that, they bring all the guys in with the guns and then I mean, that was kind of clever. It's like, oh, if you're going to shoot us, this is going to bounce off and hit you. But I mean, do you think that that's stupid?
Maybe.
I mean, I guess it's a demon.
Bro, they're monsters.
They are monsters. Yeah.
They are fucking monsters.
To be fair, if you saw one in our time period, you'd still be like, that's a monster.
Yeah. In my time period, I would still try to trust my rifle or shotgun to take care of this problem.
Yeah.
But I can't say that I would be shocked and surprised if it didn't.
Yeah, but you would still
monster.
Fire.
Yes, I absolutely would fire.
Yes.
I would not hesitate the least little bit.
He could be...
They wouldn't have to give me an order to put this thing on the ground.
They could be friendly holding a pie and be like, hey, man, you want some pie? I got some pizza. And I'm like, fucking shoot that thing.
Yes. It's, no order needed.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
So they shoot the cannon at Leo and he just, head goes in his shell.
Yeah, he ducks it.
And they blow up the old guy, the samurai leader. What's it?
Danyo somebody.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
And yeah, that guy, he's definitely deaf if he's not dead.
Oh, dude, he should have been dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah, for sure. On top of that, I think Leo's the one who gets in the sword fight with him, right?
Yes. Because
he's the other sword wielder. And Leo cuts his top knot off. Which might as well commit suicide at that point. Because
that's disgraced.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a disgraced samurai now. Like he's never going to
I thought that's how they were going to resolve the combat. I really did. Whenever he slices his top knot off, I thought that's what he was taking in lieu of his defeat.
No, it was just a joke.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was just a joke.
Yeah. No. If they cut that top knot off, he'd pretty much be the disgraced samurai. He'd have to leave town or kill himself.
I think you were talking about the cannon a while ago. My biggest problem with the cannon, outside of all the stupid logistical stuff to pull this thing around, it wouldn't be a cannonball. It wouldn't be loaded with a cannonball. When you're talking about taking out a swath of people, it would be loaded with grape shot. It would be like a shotgun going off.
Yeah.
A gigantic shotgun.
So, I mean, I know in like some other historical, well, not historical, but like,
you could call Pirates of the Caribbean a historical movie?
No. The Patriot.
Okay.
The Patriot in that movie when they're shooting cannons at each other. It's the Civil War, right?
No, that's distant stuff, though.
Okay.
That's shooting, that's lobbing shells at a range.
It's just a big ball bouncing through a field, taking off limbs and stuff, right?
Yeah, but when you're talking about point blank range, you got it loaded up with grape shot. It's going to be like a shotgun going off in their front line, and it's going to decimate everything it hits.
Okay.
That cannon, literally, if it was loaded with grape shot, should have cut everything in half in front of it.
Maybe all they had was cannonballs.
It
was a ship, right?
They could have shoved anything in it. They could have shoved rocks in it.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be like iron pellets, right? That was my biggest problem with the cannon.
My biggest problem with this final battle scene,
is
once the bad guy shoots a cannon and knows that, okay, I've lost. Oh, it's time to run now.
He runs away.
He runs away, but he goes to his quarters and he's grabbing his shit and I guess his gold or whatever, and then he's like, oh, I can't forget my bird.
Yeah.
in his bird cage.
Yeah.
Which they have mentioned 0 times.
No. They mentioned the captain's love of finches.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
I didn't see that at all.
They did set it up.
Okay. I don't remember that stupid bird being in the whole movie.
No. The bird itself was not.
Okay.
I'll give you that. But the other pirates and shit talking did mention this.
Okay. So yeah, he goes back for it, and then at the very final scene, he's like climbing down the cliff, and he has, oh, my bird, I gotta go back.
Yep.
And instead of just grabbing the cage and going, he gets all the way back up top where they can actually shoot him off.
But what was the plan? Because he's about to descend on a rope, right? But when you look at the over the cliff shot, the rope doesn't go that far, buddy. What was your idea?
And it's also just a rock cliff and ocean.
Yes.
Which this keep doesn't look like it's anywhere near water. They do go down a chute that from the prison that leads out into a swamp.
It should be leading out almost into a creek. It's the sewer system.
Yeah.
The sewer system would lead out.
Which is, they say it's mud, but that should just be all poop.
Yeah, it's all shit.
Yeah.
It's not mud. They say it's mud to us.
Yeah.
But we as adults know they're rolling around in shit.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, they murdered that guy.
Yeah. They killed him real dead. What'd you hate the most? If you had to, I know there's a lot. I know there's so much. But if you had to pick a thing that you hated the most.
Probably just the suits.
The soulless eyes.
Yeah. Have you seen any of the videos of the pictures of the suits now?
No.
Oh, you got to look this up. There's this great picture of the original Leo suit. Mm-hmm. It looks like a zombie because what happened is there of course there's some tearing and stuff. And like the legs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some of the skin or whatever you would call it, the fabric.
Mm-hmm.
And then the eyeballs, like the skin around the eyeballs have retracted and around the mouth.
Oh, God.
Oh, you got to look up. They look like zombies. There's a few of them that have been restored and they actually look pretty good. They're sitting someone's house or museum or whatever. But some of the original ones you see every now and then hit not eBay, but there's a few different websites that sells old props and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they are just nightmare fuel. It's fantastic.
Oh, man.
But I especially hated, I remember as a child, I just really didn't like these suits because, and it shows it wasn't made of the same quality or level from the original too.
It felt
Jim
cheap.
Henson's.
It felt cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in this felt cheap. We couldn't get Master Splinter out from behind anything because I don't think that Master Splinter had a lower half.
No, I think it was the top half. It's just a fucking Chuck E. Cheese thing.
Yes.
They all had Chuck E. Cheese blinking eyes and
oh my God.
I did not like the suits.
Like I said, man, these suits were a Chuck E. Cheese horror show.
Yeah.
Come here, little kid. I'm going to eat you.
Give me
Get that demon away from my kid.
Gonna
suck his soul out.
They're good demons. Okay.
He's casting an evil spell. Yeah, he is casting an evil spell. You should kill that thing.
Worship it.
It was so disappointing. It was so disappointing because it's so much missed opportunity, so much potential for actual storytelling. Even if it was cheaper, even if it was on a smaller budget, the script was just really not good.
It feels like they cut a lot out.
But the stuff if they cut out so much stuff, what they cut out couldn't have been much better.
No.
So
I'd say 7. 7 out of 10 on the hate meter.
Yeah. I mean, in my mind's eye, I need to go back and watch the first one again. But I remember the first one being a lot better than this. I may be completely wrong about that, but I don't think I am.
It's been a little while, but I've seen it more recently.
Yeah.
And I still enjoyed the first one and the second one.
Yeah. I agree. This is probably a 7. This is probably worse than just forgettable because of how badly it takes a shit on the first movie.
Yeah, and it had some blatant racism.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was the 90s. It was cool to be racist.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I thought it was still cool.
Yeah. Well, in some places.
I guess that's about all I have to say about that.
Yep.
That's all I got to say about that.
Oh my God. This movie needed a time traveling Forrest Gump in it.
So where do you think Tom Cruise fit into this movie as the last samurai?
Oh, that's still a couple hundred years.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I would love a scene where Tom Cruise opens up this scroll and it's like
fucking turtles.
It's fucking turtles.
Oh, he's so good. Yeah, fucking, he's talking to
Japanese emperor guy.
Yeah, well, not even the emperor, but just the leader of the samurai, the clan he joins.
Yes,
and he just pulls out a scroll. And there's fucking turtles on it. He's like, these demons are supposed to come stop the
They've been
emperor.
stopping my family for multiple generations.
So they're gonna stop the emperor. We're just waiting for him.
That would be amazing.
Oh.
That would be the best cut of this movie I think that could ever exist. Holy shit.
That's why the emperor in Last Samurai made the deal with the Americans.
Yeah, man. He was terrified.
Yeah,
he's terrified of those turtles.
These turtle demons are going to come and dethrone me.
I love that this is a prequel to The Last Samurai.
100% prequel.
100%. Oh, Jesus.
We would still have samurais now if it wasn't for those turtles.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, guys.
Hit the likes, the subscribes, share us on your social media.
Yeah.
And
check us out on Spotify.
Yeah.
And other podcast websites.
Spotify, the space places.
MySpace? No. We're not on MySpace. And just remember, when you're out and about, you see an attractive girl, just go swing.
See you later, guys.
Bye.